Hello friends, welcome to Pendulum Video, and today we'll be discussing daily current affairs of 19 June 2020. So hurry up guys, join the session right now and we are about to start the session. Let's begin, and those who have not subscribed to our channel Pendulum Video, please subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive notification. Let's see the first news. Jammu and Kashmir was honored with 3 prestigious Deen Dayal Upadhyay Sashakticaran Puraskar. Jammu and Kashmir has been chosen from the 9 union territories of the country. Jammu and Kashmir has been awarded this award for outstanding contribution to the socio-economic development of Gram Panchayats. Panchayat Rathal, Badkana and Panchayat Meej were included among the best panchayats in recognition of their work in improving the delivery of services and also implementation of different schemes. Earlier, the government of Jammu and Kashmir was also awarded 3 different national awards of union territories, namely Nanaji Deshmukh Rashtriya Gaurav Gram Sabha Puraskar, Gram Panchayat Development Plan Award and Child Friendly Gram Panchayat Award by the Union Ministry. Now you have to tell me that which articles related to Jammu and Kashmir were scrapped recently. Which were those articles which were related to Jammu and Kashmir which were scrapped, and after that Jammu and Kashmir was reorganized and it was made a union territory. So comment and we will discuss the answer of all these questions at the last. So keep commenting the answer. Now the question: recently which union territory has been conferred with the prestigious Deen Dayal Upadhyay Sashakticaran Puraskar for outstanding contribution to the socio-economic development of Gram Panchayats? And the options are Jammu and Kashmir, Delhi, Chandigarh, Dadar, Nagar Haveli. So comment the right answer. Recently which union territories has been conferred with the prestigious Deen Dayal Upadhyay Sashakticaran Puraskar for outstanding contribution to the socio-economic development of Gram Panchayats? Jammu and Kashmir, Delhi, Chandigarh, Dadar and Nagar Haveli. So the correct answer for this is option A, Jammu and Kashmir. Moving to the next news, India will send a 75-member tri-services contingent to Russia to participate in the military parade in Moscow, and this parade in Moscow will be held on 24 June to mark the 75th anniversary of victory of Russia in World War II. The parade will honor the heroic deeds and sacrifices made by Russians and other friendly people. World War II was a global war that lasted from 1939 to 1945, and most of the countries in the world, including all the superpowers, were divided into 2 military alliances, the Allies and the Axis nation. So now the question for you guys, you have to tell me that which were the Allied powers and which were the Axis nations or Axis powers. Comment the right answer, which were the Allied powers and which were the Axis nations, and answer we'll discuss at the last. Keep commenting the right answer. A question: India will send a 75-member tri-service contingent to participate in which country's military parade? Russia, Germany, France and Britain. Comment the right answer, which India will send a 75-member tri-service contingent to participate which country's military parade? Russia, Germany, France and Britain. So the correct answer for this is option A, that is Russia. Moving to the next news, India elected as non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council for the 8th time, and India won by 184 votes in the 193-member General Assembly. India has been elected as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council for 2 years, and India has been elected from Asia Pacific region. India has been elected as non-permanent member from the Asia Pacific region. India's 2-year term will begin from 1st January 2021. Along with India, Ireland, Mexico and Norway also won the Security Council elections. Talking about UN Security Council, it is one of the 6 major organs of the United Nations responsible for ensuring international peace and security. There are 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members in this council. And now you have to tell me that which countries are included as the 5 permanent members in UN Security Council. Comment fast. Who are the members, permanent members of the UN Security Council? Which countries are included in it? It is headquartered in New York, United States. It was established on 24 October 1945. Moving to the question part, in which year was the United Nations Security Council established? 1943, 1945, 1964 and 1975. So, tell me the correct answer. In which year was the United Nations Security Council established? 1943, 1945, 1964 and 1975. So, the correct answer for this is option B, that is 1945. Moving to the next news, IAEA conducts inquiry meeting on Iran's undeclared nuclear program. Recently, International Atomic Energy Agency has held an inquiry meeting on Iran's undeclared nuclear program. It was found in this meeting that Iran did not comply with the 2015 nuclear deal. And this 2015 nuclear deal, this is also called Iran nuclear deal, or JCPOA, that is Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, and it was signed in 2015 between Iran and other countries. So you have to tell me that who are the other countries those signed this Iran nuclear deal with, Iran or JCPOA. So you have to mention that the name of those countries that signed the Iran nuclear deal along with Iran. Iran's nuclear fuel reserves have also increased significantly. Iran did not allow the access to 2 sites where the agency wanted to visit. At the same time, Iran also failed to answer questions about the use of potentially undeclared nuclear material in the early 2000s. Talking about International Atomic Energy Agency, it is an international organization that seeks to promote the peaceful use of nuclear energy and prevent its use for any military purpose, including nuclear weapons. It was established on 29 July 1957 as an autonomous organization. Its headquarters are located in Vienna, Austria. Now the question, who is the current Director General of International Atomic Energy Agency? Rafael Grossi, David Malpass, Angel Gurria, Tijani Mohammad Bande. So you have to tell me that who is the current Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency? Rafael Grossi, David Malpass, Angel Gurria and Tijani Mohammad Bande. So the correct answer for this is option A, that is Rafael Grossi. David Malpass is President of World Bank. Such type of questions have been asked previously in many exams. Therefore, whenever you are reading about any organization, institution, know who is the head of that organization, where its headquarters are located, when was it formed, and also how many members are associated with that organization. Angel Gurria is the head of OECD, Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. And Tijani Mohammad Bande is the head of United Nations General Assembly. He is the President of United Nations General Assembly. And the current UN Secretary General is Antonio Guterres. Okay, moving to the next news. IMD Business School released the World Competitiveness Index 2020. World Competitiveness Index is an annual index which is compiled by Institute for Management Development. 63 countries have been ranked in the list based on various economic dimensions. This index was first published in 1989. So key points of this index are Singapore tops the index. So who has topped the index? Singapore has topped the World Competitiveness Index and India is ranked 43rd. This is important, that what is the ranking of India. Denmark has come in 2nd place and USA secured the 10th position. And if we compare India's performance among the BRIC nation, China ranked 1st, followed by India. This is, I am talking about the BRICS nation. So China ranked 1st with the 20th position, India 43rd, then after that Russia at 50th, Brazil at 56th, and South Africa at 59th position. So whenever you are studying about any index, then compare the ranking of India region wise and also among the BRICS nation, as question can be asked from that too. Moving to the question part, what rank has India got in the recently released World Competitiveness Index 2020? 50th, 45th, 43rd and 35th. So tell me first, what rank has India got in the recently released World Competitiveness Index of 2020? 50th, 45th, 43rd and 35th. So the correct answer for this is option C, that is India has secured 43rd rank in the recently released World Competitiveness Index 2020. Now another question for you, that what is the rank of India in Environmental Performance Index 2020? Environmental Performance Index, what is the rank of India? You have to tell me. Comment fast. Moving to the next news. Dexamethasone has been used by players for years to accelerate their rehabilitation from injuries and recover from infections. Recently, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson described dexamethasone as the biggest success in the fight against novel coronavirus. Dexamethasone was found useful to cut the mortality rate of the most seriously ill COVID-19 patients by about 1/3. Dexamethasone is a corticosteroid, a readily available drug that prevents the release of substances in the body that cause inflammation. Its effects is often seen within a day and lasts for about 3 days. This drug is in the list of banned substances of World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA. So you have to tell me, WADA was in news because WADA banned players of a particular country. So you have to tell me the name of that country, that which country players were banned by WADA in case of doping. And Spanish players and Real Madrid star Sergio Ramos to Malaysian badminton legend Lee Chong Wei, and most recently Indian javelin throw Devinder Singh Kang were caught as they were using this drug. However, athletes are prohibited from using dexamethasone only during competition. If the substance is found before a competition, it will not be considered as a doping offense, because this drug is taken for recovering from injuries. So if it is taken before the competition, then it will not consider a doping offense, but if it is used during the competition, then it will be considered a doping offense. Now the question, recently which drug has been found useful to cut the mortality rate in most seriously ill COVID-19 patient by almost 1/3? Remdesivir, chloroquine, anthracene and dexamethasone. So which drug is such useful? Remdesivir, chloroquine, anthracene, dexamethasone. So comment fast, the correct answer. So the correct answer for this is option D, that is dexamethasone. Moving to the next news, demolition of joint liaison office between South Korea and North Korea. Recently, the joint liaison office between South Korea and North Korea has been demolished. The demolition of this joint liaison office comes after the recent deterioration in relation between the two countries. The liaison office was established in Kaesong in 2018 to facilitate communication between North Korea and South Korea. North Korea has demolished this office, developed along an industrial township bordering with South Korea in Kaesong, raising tension between the two countries. North Korea's move comes after South Korea's inability to revive inter-Korean economic projects that, along with UN sanctions, were beneficial to Pyongyang under US pressure. So guys, you have to tell me that what is the boundary between South Korea and North Korea is called. Comment the right answer, that what is the boundary between South Korea and North Korea is called. Next news is central government allocated about rupees 30,000 crore for Jal Jeevan Mission, and this amount will be provided to the states in the financial year 2020-21 under the Jal Jeevan. This amount will be provided to the states in the financial year 2020-21 under the Jal Jeevan mission. The government's aim behind this decision is to provide employment to migrant laborers returning to villages from various cities due to COVID-19, as well as to solve the water problems in rural areas. Recently, Centre has also spent Rs 40,000 crore on the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, that is MNREGA. Talking about Jal Jeevan Mission, this was announced in August 2019 and it aims to provide piped water supply to all rural households by 2024. So the deadline for this mission is that by 2024 every rural household should be provided piped water supply. Ministry of Jal Shakti is the nodal agency for this mission. As you can see, the name is Jal Jeevan Mission, so it will be associated with Jal Shakti Ministry. Now the question for you. Recently, how much amount has been allocated by the central government under the Jal Jeevan Mission for the financial year 2020-21? 40,000 crores, 30,000 crores, 60,000 crores and 20,000 crores. So tell me that how much amount has been allocated by central government under the Jal Jeevan Mission. 40,000 crore, 30,000 crore, 60,000 crore and 20,000 crores. So the correct answer for this is option B, that is 30,000 crores. Moving to the next news, Government of Kerala launched an initiative called First Bell. Through this initiative, virtual classes are being organized by the school students of the state. It aims to provide uninterrupted education during the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. As we all know that due to COVID-19, education sector has been hampered, and since the schools and colleges and other education institutions are closed for the safety purpose, so there has been a shift towards virtual classes. So in that direction, the government of Kerala has taken an initiative named First Bell has been launched. The classes are being conducted on cable networks, direct to home services and free publicly operated television channels available on the internet. The government is using Kite Victor's channel for this. Kerala Infrastructure and Technology for Education, that is KITE, has put out a timetable for conducting the classes. Recently, which state has launched an initiative called First Bell? Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Kerala and Assam. So you have to tell me recently which state has launched an initiative called First Bell. Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat, Kerala and Assam. So the correct answer for this is option C, that is Kerala. Uttar Pradesh was recently news because it has topped in providing maximum employment under MNREGA. It provided employment to around 57 lakh people. And Gujarat was in news as Yoga Week is being organized in the state, and yoga is every year on 21st June. International Yoga Day is celebrated. International Yoga Day is celebrated. Moving to the next news, Autistic Pride Day, 18 June, and it is celebrated every year on 18 June. The main purpose of marking this day is to create awareness about autism in people. According to data from the World Health Organization, 1 in 160 children is autistic. Autism is basically a developmental disorder that affects a person's ability to interact and communicate. This disorder has a direct effect on person's nervous system and affects the person's emotional, social and physical health overall. The first Autistic Pride Day was celebrated in the year 2005 in Brazil. So many a time you would have come across children who have the inability to interact and communicate. So they may be suffering from autism. So the day is celebrated to create that awareness that autism exists in people and that needs to be recognized. As we can see, 1 in 160 children are autistic. So there is a need to recognize that the people, those are suffering from autism, and to help them emotionally, socially, and also to empower them so that they can do better in their lives. Moving to the question part, on which day is Autistic Pride Day celebrated every year? 12 May, 18 June, 15 July and 15 August. So tell me that on which day is Autistic Pride Day celebrated every year? 12 May, 18 June, 15 July and 15 August. Comment the right answer. So the correct answer for this is option B, that is 18 June. 12 May every year we celebrate International Nurses Day. International Nurses Day is celebrated on 12 May, and on 18 June Autistic Pride Day is celebrated. On 15 July World Youth Skills Day is celebrated, and 15 August we all know that it is India's Independence Day. Moving to the next news, Khelo India State Centers of Excellence will be established by the Ministry of Sports. These centers will be set up with an aim to improve India's performance in the Olympic Games. For this, in the efforts to create a strong sports ecosystem in the entire country, one such center has been identified in each state and union territory. The Sports Ministry has identified government-owned sports facilities in 8 states in the first phase. So basically, in first phase, 8 states have been recognized where this state Khelo India State Center of Excellence will be established, and then it will be established in the entire country. One such center will be identified and that will be established in each state and union territory. And these 8 states which will be having this facility in the first phase are Sangi Lahen Sports Academy, Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh; Jayaprakash Narayan National Youth Center, Bengaluru, Karnataka; GV Raja Senior Secondary Sports School, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala; Human Lampak Sports Complex, Imphal, Manipur; Rajiv Gandhi Stadium, Aizawl, Mizoram; State Sports Academy, IG Stadium, Kohima, Nagaland; Kalinga Stadium, Bhubaneswar, Odisha; and Regional Sports School, Hakimpet, Telangana. So these are the 8 institutes basically that have been recognized for setting up this State Center of Excellence. Now the question for you, in which of the following states will the Khelo India State Centers of Excellence will be established by the government? Arunachal Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala and all of the above. So you have to tell me the right answer, that in which of the following states will the Khelo India State Centers of Excellence will be established by the government? Arunachal Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala and all of the above. So the correct answer for this is option D, that is all of the above. Now we will discuss the answer of the questions which I asked during the session. So the first question, articles which were recently scrapped which were related to Jammu and Kashmir are Article 35A and Article 370. Second question that I asked was that which were the countries that were part of Axis powers and allied powers. So Axis powers, the countries were Germany, Japan, Italy, Hungary. I'll talk about just major powers. And then allied powers. Allied powers included UK, USSR, France, US, etc. Then next question I asked that which countries are the 5 permanent members of UN Security Council? The 5 permanent members of UN Security Councils are Russia, UK, USA, France and China. Next question was that JCPOA, Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or Iran's nuclear deal was signed between Iran, P5+1 and European Union, and this P5 is 5 permanent members of UN Security Council, that is Russia, UK, USA, France, China, and this +1 is Germany and plus European Union. So the deal was signed between Iran, 5 permanent members of UN Security Council, Germany and European Union. Next question was India's rank in EPI, Environmental Performance Index, was 168. Last year this is in 2020, and in 2019 India's rank was 177. The next question was that which country the players of which country was banned by WADA, World Anti-Doping Agency. So the correct answer for that is Russia. Next question was the boundary between South Korea and North Korea. What is the name of that boundary? So it is Korean Demilitarized Zone, which is roughly 38th parallel. So if you find in options that 38th parallel, so the correct answer will be 38th parallel, or you can say Korean Demilitarized Zone. So friends, here we have covered the daily current affairs of 19th June and related questions and extra information also that can be asked in any of the exam. I hope you like this session. Like it, share it as much as you can, and if you have any doubt, you can mention that in comment box, and keep following this. This will be very helpful. All the best to you all. Thank you so much.